Well, ladies and gents, Gerald's not on the set tonight, but that's okay because it's my show tonight. The LA Rams are going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, yeah, yeah! So, guys, why don't we kick off the show with the good old NFC Championship talk? I'm just going to bask in the glory while the two of you set off and talk about this.
Well, first of all, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart because I've been watching the Saints cheat for probably the past 8 weeks or so. We'll get into that a little bit later. But, I mean, it's a hell of a game. I mean, you know, outside of the penalty that kind of decided it all to a point. I mean, you know, you started off flat, but, you know, whatever adjustments that McVay made and, you know, you came out looking like a different team in the second half and just showed the Saints that you're about the shit and you're going to go ahead and you're going to challenge them. You're not just going to come here and sit down and get beat up on. So I thought it was a really entertaining game. It was very, very good. And, you know, I'm hoping that Goff could just get rid of Tom Brady this year.
We're all Rams fans this week.
Hey, man, I'm definitely a Rams fan for the next 2 weeks. You don't have to worry about anything whatsoever with that.
Outside of my friend Andrew, if he's watching, he's a Pats fan. We're coming for you, buddy. But no, I mean, I got to be honest with you guys. I was watching this game and, like, I was worried.
Yeah.
Like, I was really nervous. Like, shit, we're not going to pick up the win
Yep.
going into the Superdome. It got closer at the end, but I mean, I got to say, like, Nickel Roby-Coleman making those dirty plays. There was actually 2 times he should have got called for pass interference, and he didn't. Especially that one at the end was just blatantly obvious.
Was terrible. That was a tackle.
But let's talk. The Saints can't close.
No.
I mean, they had the ball, in the first quarter, inside the 20 twice, and they kicked field goals.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there's they could have realistically been up 21-0.
Yeah.
By halftime, and they didn't.
They didn't take advantage of
it. They kind of rode out what they had,
Mhm.
and they didn't put the team away. They didn't put the Rams away, and yeah, that one call is going to be shown for years to come, but they didn't close the deal.
No.
So
No.
I think. And Drew Brees, I mean, the refs didn't throw an interception in overtime.
Thank you.
So, I mean,
Thank you.
the refs can't kick a 57-yard field goal.
No.
So
Break the leg right there, baby.
I can't. Yes, that play probably, for lack of better words, deflated the Saints. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they still had time to win the game, and they didn't.
Well, you know, with my whole thing with it is since the Saints fans are bitching and moaning right now about the penalties not being called and stuff not going in their favor, and they're putting up billboards saying we got cheated.
There's a lawsuit.
There's a lawsuit.
A lawsuit.
And they want Roger Goodell to have them replay the game from that point because they got cheated. Just suck it the fuck up, dude. Like, there's been bad calls with refs in so many games this year. Just not your game. Just not your moment. You could go down. Every team this year has had a call that has screwed them one way or the other into a win or a loss. I could go down a list of the reason why I don't care. I don't know if you're familiar with the Joe Hayden pass interference call against the Saints where he just kind of backed up to position himself to pick the ball and that was a pass interference call. That's why I have no sympathy for these Saints fans bitching and moaning about the game. If you have a problem, that's on you. If you want sympathy, look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis because you're not going to get sympathy from me whatsoever. And I hope the Rams go ahead and take care of business like they should. That's just how I feel about the whole thing.
I mean, you know, missed calls are part of the game.
Yes.
Penalties are part of the game. You're not cheating by committing penalties. You're just running the risk of you're most likely going to get caught by the refs. But sometimes you don't.
Nope.
And, you know, I don't really know what to say about beyond that. I mean, this whole story about, like, the PSL owners for the Saints wanting to sue for, like, what is it, like loss of enjoyment of life or something? Like, I mean, like,
you know what? I think I might need to co-sign on that. I might need to get part of that class action.
I think we all do because we've all lost the game on the goddamn penalty this year. Just get over it.
Yeah.
But, you know, you just got outplayed at the end. And like Dwayne said earlier, you know, we didn't Drew Brees didn't, get a penalty on the interception he threw in overtime.
Yeah.
So, that's on you. And, maybe next year. That's all I got to say about it.
As long as you're not playing Stephon Diggs and the Vikings or Jared Goff and the Rams, I think you guys might have a shot.
Yeah, they'll probably be back. But the Rams are in a good space right now with the team, man. I hope that they could take care of business, and the team that they got to take care of business with is fucking New England.
Well, so let's go into a bit about the AFC Championship. I mean, look, 2 games over the weekend that went into overtime to decide it, so it's not like you had one team getting this huge blowout win. Like, these were very close competitive games where you very easily could have seen the other 2 teams in the Super Bowl, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, that AFC game, how about it, guys? What are your thoughts?
Had it not been for an offsides call, the Chiefs could be going to the Super Bowl. I mean, they picked the ball off on that play. But he was lined up offside.
Had it not been that Tom Brady's tampon got knocked loose on the damn little smack to that face.
Don't talk about the GOAT. You're disrespecting the GOAT right now.
I'm not disrespecting the GOAT. He could be the GOAT. But that was a bullshit call. I'm not taking anything away from Tom Brady. I'm not going to sit here and...
We can't talk about the refs now. Well, we just gave it to the Saints.
I'm going to talk about that. No. See, the difference is I may not like the Saints. I hate the Patriots. And we all hate the Patriots. Because it's every year that we have to sit here and suffer because we know the Patriots are going to be somewhere in the playoffs in the AFC, and it's either going to go through New England or going to be the number 2 seed. Every single time. We are, as a AFC as a whole, we're fucking tired of it. Like, I want to see somebody different. That's why I was rooting for Kansas City. Patriots been in the Super Bowl the past 3 years, dude. I don't keep seeing this shit.
And it could be 1 and 2 though. I mean, so are we judging greatness on Super Bowl wins or just getting to the Super Bowl?
If we're judging greatness by getting to the Super Bowl, then Tom Brady's the best thing to ever live. The problem is he has such an easy route to the Super Bowl because the AFC East is such a shit division anyway that he's guaranteed 6 wins within the division anyway. You could probably say 8 because the other 3 teams are fucking terrible. And then everybody has to deal with them. Like, there's teams that probably could have taken them to the edge if they were to get to the playoffs. I'm talking about, just think about the Baltimore defense. They played lights out all year. Pittsburgh could probably run points tit for tat. They're not going to stop anybody, but they could keep up with them. If the Colts had made it past where they're supposed to, they could probably keep tit for tat with them. But if you have an easy walk into the division or through your division, every year he's going to be in there. And they won't realign it. My dream is for them to realign the divisions and mix it up because he has such an easy way in. It's not a competitive division at all. It's just like we're going to give Tom Brady the fucking playoffs every year. But back to the games. I'm getting off subject here.
I mean, but yeah, and I was about to say, like, then blame the owners of the other 3 teams in the division for not drafting worth of fuck.
Yeah, that's true too, and that's why I say I can't take it. It starts with the ownership and the coaching, drafting, free agency. If you're not bringing in the necessary pieces to try to dethrone them, then I can't really put it all on a division. But it's still a shitty division.
I mean, how long have the Browns been trying to be better than the other 3 teams?
Hey, man.
We'll talk. Look, that's for another discussion.
That's for another day. But
you can't blame a team for beating the teams they're supposed to beat.
That's true.
It's not their fault that they're in their division.
It just seems so easy.
It does. I mean, they get that when you get that bye week, you get that rest. Tom Brady, a little older, needs that rest.
Yeah.
But let's not gloss over the fact that he can pick apart a defense. Yes, he gets calls.
Yeah.
Yes, he got tapped on the shoulder and they called a personal foul.
Terrible.
I get it. I understand it. But he literally picks apart a defense.
Well, it's funny, though. I mean, you look at this, what happened in this game.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the stats, I mean, Tom Brady didn't have that great of stats. I mean, most of their touchdowns are off of runs. The defense, I mean, the Patriots defense, I got to say, really stepped up in this game, especially in the first half.
I mean, Mahomes in check. Yep.
I mean, you think about the Chiefs. Like, the whole year, they're putting up like 40 burgers and 50 burgers on people, and then all of a sudden, the Patriots are shutting them down the first half of that game. So, I mean, it was crazy, but, I mean, it comes down to, like, an overtime win. Brady happened to get the ball first.
First.
And that he is 3-0 in overtime games, and each time, the other team hasn't gotten the ball. He knows how to close.
Yeah.
Saints fans, That quarterback, that team knows how to close.
Well, I'm not going to take anything away from Patty Mahomes either, because what he did to get what he did to get his team to this point, it's actually kind of incredible. And he really gave the Patriots probably the best competition for AFC Championship game, because if Brady had to play somebody else, it wouldn't have been that close. They wouldn't have went to overtime. He would have washed them and left. Mahomes is on the rise, and I know we haven't seen the last of him at all.
I think it's a changing of the guard, but you know, Brady and Breeze and Phillip Rivers,
Big Ben,
these guys aren't going to go away quietly.
Nope.
I think they're still the class of the NFL, but we have a lot to look forward to with these rookies and these young guys, Goff included, Mahomes. I mean, you can see that the passing of the torch is coming, and I think the NFL is going to be more exciting. It's already an offensive-based league, but I mean, even with Lamar, I'm going to throw Lamar in there, Baker Mayfield. It's going to be exciting when to see this kind of old versus new.
That was real cool.
And it worked out where a young guy is now facing
the old guy.
Yeah, the old guy, and possibly the best quarterback in our lifetime. So, I mean, it's going to be exciting. Is the new class going to defeat the old class on Super Bowl Sunday?
We'll see what happens.
And before we move on to our next topic, guys, I mean, what from these championship games really shocked you or surprised you the most? Because for me, like, when I look at the Rams game, I mean, outside of like the whole thing with the penalties, because there were no calls on both sides, by the way. We saw that game clock go down, and then nothing was no delay of game. But I have to say, I was shocked by how like the Rams were not using Gurley. I mean, they were using C.J. Anderson like he's some kind of bell cow back, and Gurley's only got like 4 carries. I'm just sitting there going like, does he have like an undisclosed injury that they like don't want to use him that much?
I was thinking the same thing, because Gurley is such a dynamic player. You know, to me, he's probably the best running back in the NFL. Well, to me at least.
Well, they got down early, so I mean, now they were only down 13 at the time, I think. So I don't think it was necessarily them getting away from the run, but then he had the catch that went through his hands that got picked off. So maybe it was a mental thing with him, but I mean, I think we know he's going to be there when you need him.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, C.J. Anderson, he's like a full. He's built like a fullback.
Yeah, but my God, I don't want to get in front of that. That boy is running his ass off right now.
I think again, it was just a combination. I don't think it was their intention to get away from the game plan, but. I mean, hey, maybe he'll be fresh for the Super Bowl. Hopefully, I mean, we'll see, but I'm just excited.
My shock. I won't say it was a shock, but what really impressed me was the poise of Jared Goff in the second half of that game to keep even with Drew Brees, who's also probably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all that we've witnessed, at least of all time. Goff showed some heart, some moxie, some balls. He was making good decisions. He wasn't doing anything crazy. I was very, very impressed. And, it looks like we're going to have fun watching him and Mahomes probably the next 10 to 15 years. It's going to be great. If they did that already, both of them,
I'll go flip side. The shock to me is Drew Brees throwing the interceptions in overtime.
He got hit, though.
But he got hit, but he kind of chucked it up. I don't know if he was trying to throw it maybe out of bounds, maybe get it out.
Right.
It just didn't work. But just, I don't know. They kind of got away. I don't know if they got away from their game plan necessarily, but like it was just a shock, seeing the surgeon that he is, and it just I didn't see that coming. I thought maybe we'd see like a field goal and then. We'd go back and forth. We'll see if the Rams could score. But I guess it kind of took almost the energy was already gone after that call. But then it was totally like it was almost anticlimactic in a way, just because he threw the pick and they were almost in field goal range already. Albeit 57 yards, but I just feel like it was a shock to me because you're so used to him being so good too and throwing that pick. So. I mean, let's not act like the Saints won't be back.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Brees has already said he's coming back, so maybe a little redemption thing. But I mean,
that was my shocker from there. From the other game, and I'm not trying to put anybody on the pedestal, but just watching Sony Michel the past couple weeks, Drew Brees, Tom Brady has a new outlet. He has a new weapon. I mean, they have a legit running game. He's a rookie, and he's running like he's been there before. Yeah. So, you get that, and then, I mean, granted, Gronk is not the same Gronk that he was. Edelman's aging, but he's not showing age. Yeah. That's the other thing where everybody said that the Patriots are too old and too slow, and they kept pace with probably one of the most high-powered teams. Mm-hmm. That was the shock to me. I thought Kansas City was going to come in and just blow them out of the water. So, both really good games for Championship Sunday.
Yeah.
I will say that. And, can't wait for the Super Bowl. I'm amped. I'm ready to roll.
Yeah.
I'm ready to roll. But there's also a game before the Super Bowl that is usually terrible, and I don't know why they still do it, and it's called the Pro Bowl. And do you think the NFL should still do the Pro Bowl, or do you think they should just give people the award saying you made the Pro Bowl team and just flush the game down the toilet, or what could make it better?
Maybe a skills challenge or something like that, maybe where it's like a point system for the AFC and the NFC. Mm-hmm. But I mean, this game, it's flag football.
You can't touch anybody.
It's not entertaining. It's not.
It's boring.
Yeah,
it's boring.
Well, and plus, it's just the logistics of it too, right? It's because, like, if you're a team that has Pro Bowl players, but they're in the Super Bowl, they're not playing the fucking Pro Bowl. Yeah, so it's like, it just, I don't know. But I'm with you guys. Like, I haven't been interested in watching the Pro Bowl in a very long time. It's just a snoozer.
I look at the votes and say, oh, such and such is there. That's cool. Good for him. But I'm still not going to watch it.
Well, and they used to have it after the Super Bowl. Now they do it the week before.
Like a filler.
Because it's down that, the NFL wants to be relevant. I get that. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, for that week that nothing's going on. But I just, again, maybe like a skills competition.
That's what I would do.
It's a fun time, but to make people pay all that money and watch a game that is, one, meaningless. I mean, what can you do to make it meaningful?
Nothing.
I don't think anything.
Nothing.
And then just to watch them kind of half-ass. It's not fun. It's not entertaining.
It's a waste, and the only way you can make it better, let me go out there and see somebody get creamed. Like, let's not play two-hand touch. Now, I do understand you don't want people to get hurt, and this, that, and the other, but to me, it's a pointless game. Yeah. It's pointless. I agree. Make a skills challenge. Running, passing, throwing, agility test. Whoever does, like the older ones, back in the day. Even though they had the game still, but they still had the skill challenges like before, where the players on different teams would challenge each other. It was fun to watch because it's like when Ocho Cinco and Steve Smith would challenge each other. That was entertaining. Yeah. Now you just have people out there just, we're here, we got our camera phones out, fucking YouTube, Facebook Live, it's a party, two-hand touch. I don't want to see that shit.
And, like, basketball has the slam dunk contest.
Exactly.
Like, you got to come up with something for football.
Do like a Moss contest. Like, you could do the best, like, spectacular catch, or, who could make somebody's knees slap together or juking them out. Like,
line up some of the best wide receivers and the best DBs.
I would watch that.
See, again, I guess there's a chance they could get hurt doing that too, But I mean, if it's the best versus the best, let's see it. Let's not just see a 60-yard bomb and 70 points. I mean, we don't.
That's stupid.
There might as well not be defense. It might as well be 7-on-7. I mean,
two-hand touch. Well, we'll see what happens. Well, we gotta give a game ball, folks. And this game ball for this week, we couldn't decide on the two teams because there's a lot of great talent and players are putting up great stats. But there are a certain group of players, I won't say players, a certain group of individuals that made the games just so damn amazing. And they're the reason why we're here and we have so much controversy and energy and Holden's reeling and ready for the goddamn Super Bowl because these people helped get them here. The game ball this week, ladies and gentlemen, goes to the referees who fucked the games up and made everything great. This one's for you. You suck so bad that you made it enjoyable.
I'm not even going to argue with it.
You made it enjoyable. The pass interferences, the fake roughing the passer calls. I didn't see this. We can't review it. It was just great. You sucked all year, and you know what? You sucked in the 2 biggest games of the year. So this one's for you for the year, and I hope you don't suck in the Super Bowl. They probably will fuck something up.
They might just want another game ball. So I mean, we might.
If you fuck up the Super Bowl, I'm throwing 2 game balls. I'm letting you know right now.
So anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this week. Make sure to stay tuned when we do our Super Bowl preview and our MVP voting, because that's going to be a good episode too. And I have a lot to say about this rematch between the Rams and the Patriots. So stay tuned.
Uh-oh.